I want to thank you all for being here tonight and for your staggering generosity. It's just, you ought to see how you look from up here. It's a really wonderful, wonderful sight. Some of you are here because of a great Canadian called Purdy Crawford. Purdy helped save Canada's financial system last year, and I think we give him a big hand. Others of you are here thanks to Frank McKenna or David Peterson or my wonderful friend Jean Augustine, who gave us that unforgettable grace, or the unstoppable Belinda Stronach. Thank you all. I want to join with others in recognizing a Canadian patriot who's here tonight, a man who served this party and his country with devotion, the Honourable John Turner. I want to thank everybody who made this evening possible, Alf Apps and the whole team. And I want to thank also all the wonderful people from my caucus who are here tonight from the House of Commons. At caucus today, Maria Minna MP gave me a wonderful piece of advice for my speech. She said, "Smile, Michael, smile." So we've got a lot to smile about, and I'll do some smiling. The most important person tonight, the most important person in my life who's here tonight is my wife, Susanna Zohar. She tells me how to smile, and she also tells me keep it short. So relax, friends. We've got quality control in the room. She and I have been at events like this right across Canada, and what strikes me, and you feel it in the room tonight, is this extraordinary new sense of possibility. People talk about momentum. I can feel it. You can feel it too. I want to talk to you tonight about the transformation that's going on in our economy. This isn't just a recession, my friends. It's a great restructuring of the global economy. Stephen Harper doesn't seem to understand what's happening. You can't lead when you don't understand. He doesn't realize we're in a storm and that sticking tape to the bottom of the boat won't get us through. And he hasn't understood that if you can't get the boat safely through the storm, you've got problems. He's also got to understand that we have an unprecedented opportunity to reinvent the Canadian economy. The decisions
that we are taking right now, or in the middle of this crisis, will not only affect the quickness and the importance of our coming back, but it will also establish the trajectory of Canada for the next decade.
Determine the shape of Canada's next decade. Questions like this: will we support and sustain world-leading research, innovation, and entrepreneurship? Will we harness the power of our rivers, tides, winds, and fuels, and the powerful, unstoppable ingenuity of our people to become the Earth's green energy superpower? Will we keep faith with that fundamental faith in fairness which makes our country great? We can't escape these questions. We can't ignore their urgency. And we know that Stephen Harper is leaving them unanswered. This party won't let him leave these unanswered. Nous allons saisir les possibilités du moment.
Take the opportunity of the current times. We will be ready to make critical decisions that will serve the interest of our country.
We will be ready to make critical decisions in our national interests before they're made for us by others. This will take vision. This will take courage. But we have been here before. We dug this country out of the ditch the last time Conservatives were in power, and we will dig it out again. Dalton McGuinty and Dwight Duncan made some tough choices last week, and they showed us that we Liberals know that to govern is to choose. Leadership in tough times means preserving our faith in our values, the values of the great men and women who built this party, the great men and women who Bob so eloquently evoked. You can't lead without principles, principles to guide you. Our principles are clear, and they're not just principles, they are our ruling passions. National unity, social compassion, fiscal responsibility, environmental sustainability, and leadership on the world stage. These are the principles that make us the progressive and compassionate center of Canadian politics. This party planted the stake at the center of our national life. We must own the center. We must never surrender it. But Laurier, ce grand Québécois, the founder of our party, told us a century ago that a party of the center has to be a party of reform. Le Parti libéral est un parti de réforme.
The Liberal Party is a reforming party. The Liberal Party is a party of change. And we are here to change our country.
We're a party of patriots, yes, but we're impatient patriots. We're always asking, why not better? Why not the best? And why not now? When the tectonic plates of our economy are shifting, we will be there for our people. We will not let any Canadian slip through the cracks. I'm talking about auto workers and steel workers in Ontario, about forestry workers in BC and Quebec, about engineers in the oil patch. I'm talking about Mackenzie, British Columbia, where all 4 sawmills have shut down and there's nearly 100% unemployment.
I'm talking about Fort Coulonge in Quebec, where close to 400 persons on the 1,500 inhabitants have saw their job disappear in the forest sector.
700 jobs lost at Extrata in Sudbury, 1,500 layoffs at Stelco in Hamilton, 1,200 at Chrysler in Windsor. I'm talking about 70% more people in line for EI in London and Kitchener, 60% more in Calgary, 50% in Toronto, Vancouver, and Edmonton. I'm talking also about thousands of Canadians who have lost their jobs but can't get EI after paying into the system for years. We will defend these people in opposition, and we will defend these people in opposition, my friends, and we will rescue them in government. There are times when history and circumstance demand vision and insight, when governments have to tell hard truths and make hard choices, and this is one of those times. And the Conservative Party have made their choices. They could have chosen to tell Canadians the truth about the state of our economy. They chose a litany of deceit. They could have acted last year to stimulate our economy. Instead, in the autumn economic statement, they chose cynical partisanship and reckless indifference. The Prime Minister
had the possibility to unite Canadians around a project to put our economy back on track. But what he did was divide the provinces, divide the parliament, the regions, and industries.
Unite Canadians behind a vision of recovery. Instead, he chose division and discord. Make no mistake, that will be his downfall. My deepest instinct, my friends, my deepest instinct about this Prime Minister is that he is a divider. And we Liberals know one thing about ourselves. We are uniters. We understand that the Prime Minister of Canada has one basic responsibility, and that's to unite this country. And Mr. Harper has failed to do so. I don't like his policies, and I don't like the way he does politics either. Right now, the Prime Minister and his people they're in some basement somewhere. They're going through thousands of pages of books and articles and hundreds of hours of tape. Every word that I've ever written, every syllable that I've ever uttered. They're down there looking for gold. He's looking for that one earth-shattering quote that he thinks will win him the next election.